Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to our Bogles campaign in EU4 with me, your host, Luckymarine. In the Dharma update, we'll just get it up and running. Bogles is what? Pardon? Saved with a different version of EU4. Saved with a different version of EU4. Now I'm on to my 28th episode of Bogles. Why is it called Bogles for people who haven't been watching my stuff? It's because Mughals in Dharma Update, the Mughals could assimilate other cultures, etc., etc. The whole Bogle thing, the Star Trek. You have to kind of you either know it or you don't. Anyway, I thought it was a hilarious play on words, but it's lasted for 28 episodes. Why? Because it's from a different version of EU4. This can cause problems in the game and can potentially ruin Iron Man saves. How far are you meant to get? How far is a normal person meant to get in an Iron Man save on a grand strategy game in 28 days? Actually, it's 26. From the 6th of October when Dharma hit to the 1st of from the 6th of September, sorry, to the 1st of October. Isn't that 26 days? That's shorter than the shortest month, including leap years. Someone with a real life, not like me, that has work commitments and a family and etc., that can invest a couple of hours per evening. How are they meant to get through a campaign or two of the Dharma update on Iron Man, perhaps going for one of the more exotic achievements that came out with Dharma? How are they meant to get through that in the 26 days before, surprise, Poland update? Why Poland update, I hear you ask? Why so quickly, I hear you ask? Well, so quickly because Paradox, in their infinite wisdom, would rather piss about with synthetics. Synthetics. What are synthetics? Well, synthetics are you type something into the command console. One of the countries flips from whatever country they are to synthetics. They get loads of really good. It's a little bit like Jan Mayen, another formable country that you can fire off in a random area, and there's no need for it. There's no need for it. Why are they pissing about with this? Oh, but it was done in their free time. Bollocks. Utter bollocks. A company like EU4, a company like Paradox doesn't allow their minions to do free time stuff and put it in a game. Or if they do, or if they are, then it's terrible way of running a company. You don't get to put shit in like this if your game is falling off the cliff of respectability. 26 days. It's been 26 days between Dharma and the Poland update. Now, a lot of that was damage limitation, I think. With the new religious ideas. What is this? What have I done? What have I done? Why suddenly loads of rebels? I don't know, Paradox, please fix. I'm fucking hell. Asking Paradox to fix things. But it was damage limitation. It really was. It had to be. because they messed up the conversion in territories so much. But they must have known. They must have known. If I was a person who worked for a company who made a grand strategy game, I would make sure that I knew that grand strategy game inside and out. That I played it about the amount of time that I play it right now. Apart from, you know, having a job working for Paradox or whatever. But if you're working on something, you want to work on something that you enjoy, that you love, that you do in your spare time, it doesn't feel like the Paradox devs know their game anymore, or it's being worked on by people, or the decision makers are people who don't know the game. Because how would things like creating X amount of endgame tags, like the Ottomans are now, or were, Dharma update. Suddenly, I could go down the list. There was a load of countries that were added to end game tags. You can't flip away from them anymore. What's the point in that? They were stopping exploits. What exploits? By the time you've culture converted and done all the things that you need to go through from one culture to another, to flip to another country, to flip to another country, to flip to another country, it takes time. It takes a lot of admin points, and it takes a bit of skill as well. You're cutting down on the fun of experienced players. Once you've gone through your first couple of 1,000 hours, once you've got into 3,500, 4,000, 4,500, 5,000 hours in EU4, that is where you start properly exploring the limitations of the game. You really start to delve into, right, well, what's going to happen if I turn Poland into Manchu, into king, but in between time we pick up Strutsky. That becomes the fun part of the game, and I do have that over here somewhere. Here we go. Poland into Manchu. Poland into Manchu with Strutsky. It took a lot of figuring out, but we did it. It might not load, but we'll find out. Oh, Revolutionary King, by the way. Revolutionary King, but with Polish ideas. We were going for Mega Cav, I think. Yeah, we're taking up exploration ideas for the policy that gives you extra Cav combat ability and all sorts. Really nice game. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. It's very technical. Going from Poland into Ruthenia to grab the oligarchy government form. We haven't got it now because we had to flip to Manchu. But if I find one of our stacks, we should still have Streltsky in there. Yep. So we've got Streltsky, we've got Cossacks, we've got banners. But I won't be able to do that anymore. Why? Because it was fun. Because it was fun for me. You take somebody who's new to the game and you try to get them to do this, and they would fall on their ass. You get someone who's got 3,500 hours into the game, and this is what I want to try out. This is what I want to tinker around with. This is what I want to explore the limitations of the game. I don't want to be stuck behind. Sorry, this is an end game tag. You can't do this anymore. Also, the AI formed Persia, and I think that's amazing. Anyway, Paradox seems to have really fucked up. In the past couple of updates, really fucked up. Really lost the point of EU4. Obviously, also the whole privacy policy thing, which means that even if I wanted to, actually no. If I wanted to, I could flip back to Dharma. I mean, if you want to read all this crap, then you can, but it's the kind of stuff that who reads a small print? Who actually reads a small print? Alright, I'll rephrase that. Who with a life reads the small print? Not me. But, in other words, I'll paraphrase what you're saying and all that. If I want to go back, I'll just go exit to main menu. I wonder if they fixed the bug that crashes to desktop when you go to main menu. Nope. Still there. Well done, Paradox. Well done. Fucking synthetics. Synthetics, but none of this. Oh, but it stops exploits. Yeah. Sure it does. Sure it does. Oh, it gets me mad. Gets me real mad. Calm down. Right. So I can't go back to... I can go back to playing 1.26, but I can't do it in my usual way. I used to go... If there's an update that caught me out, fair enough. The Moogle update caught me out a little bit. I had to roll back a little bit and continue my playthrough, finish the end of my playthrough, and then I updated to 1.26 again. But I used to do it here. You go to properties, and you'd go to updates, and you'd click on here, and it'd give you a list of all the updates. And you could click on the one you want. It would reload. Within minutes, you'd be playing the update that you wanted. Now I can't do that anymore. Now I have to link my Steam account to Paradox Plaza, and then I need to get permission from Paradox Plaza to roll back to 1.26. Sorry, 1.26.1. I forgot about that. 1.26 came out on the 6th of September. 1.26.1 came out on the 8th, because again, Paradox are amazing and they get things right and they playtest all of their stuff to such a high degree that things don't need to be fixed immediately. Damage limitation isn't a thing. So I don't really fancy doing that, to be honest. So I think our Borgles run is dead, and I was having fun with it. I mean, the Moogles are fairly overpowered anyway, and we were winning by quite a lot, and etc. etc. But still, and why? And why so quick? Why so quick with the Poland update? Why so quick? Because of religious ideas. Because they'd messed up religious so much. So much in Dharma. Because suddenly you couldn't convert territories. Even if you had Deus vaulted. Even if Hungary had decided to grow some giant kahunas, declared into the Ottomans after taking religious ideas, and Deus vaulted into the Ottomans. A holy war, I give you. A holy war. And taken a lot of land off him. If he wasn't in a state, he wasn't going to be able to convert it. In a holy war, he wasn't going to be able to convert it. Because it wasn't going to be in a state. A holy war. I need to drive that point home lots, because it makes no sense. It really made no sense. And it still doesn't really make that much sense. You have to pick religious ideas. Let's just jump in a quick game. You have to pick religious ideas, and it's the finisher for religious ideas that allows you now to convert provinces in territories. Religious ideas may convert to religion in territories, which has kind of, sort of, brought religious back up the pecking order in terms of admin ideas. There was always a religious versus humanist debate, but anyone who had the head screwed on properly always went humanist. It was overpowered as all hell, This is amazing. Improved relations. If you want to avoid aggressive expansion, then you don't go for the aggressive expansion. In fact, this is a trap. It really is. You want to be stacking improved relations. Improved relations. You stick your improved relations high enough, then you're bringing your aggressive expansion down by everybody by about 5 a year, every year, with everyone pretty much on the map that you've got aggressive expansion with. It's really, really powerful. The religious unity, again, mega powerful. Also helps if you're flipping religions, especially by rebels. Rebels might take 75-80% of your country. With a religious unity, as soon as you flip, you're at 100%, over 100%. It's really good. National rest, blanket national rest of -2, really good. Tolerance of heretics, again, really good. Years of separatism stacks with an amazing policy that brings it down by even more. You can end up with -15 years of separatism. Again, really good. Maximum cultures, probably the weaker one. Then you've got tolerance of heathen, stacks really well with tolerance of heretics. If you can get even to positive tolerances of heretics and heathens, which you would here, then you're a mega tolerant society and you have 0 penalties religiously for holding land that's either heretic or heathen. And then it only gets better. You get idea cost of -10% for every single idea after that. Every single idea after that. And you can get random leaders that'll pop up that'll give you even more discount to those idea costs. And the cost of ideas don't fluctuate. Whereas religious, an extra missionary, can be useful. But it's only useful to a certain point. Stability cost modifier, -25%. It does make stability significantly cheaper, but when do you ever click stability? That many times that this would become useful. Missionary strength, if you need to missionarize, then it's useful. Tolerance of true faith and yearly papal influence. Anything that gives you tolerance of true faith is essentially a -1 to unrest in all the provinces that are of your faith. So, again, it works well with religious ideas. Yearly papal influence is quite a big number, actually. Yearly prestige, useless. The game now throws enough prestige at you that you don't need this. Gone are the days when hoarding prestige was useful. I mean, it still is useful to keep high prestige, but the game throws so much of it. The prestige isn't a limited commodity anymore, as much as it used to be. I used to have entire wars with other countries, just to break their relations with people, just to get prestige bumps. Don't need to do that anymore. The game throws prestige, and this is a relic of patches gone by. Again, something that they should probably be looking at altering instead of fucking about with synthetics. Mission strength versus heretics, again useful if you need to convert. Days Vault that they pushed all the way to the end is, I would say, one of the most useful ideas in the game. But it comes with all this crap. Now, I know I've gone through all of these and I've said useful, not so useful, but if you're that effective at converting your provinces, you're going to hit a point where you can't convert anymore, and suddenly this is useless. This is still useful if you're taking only if you're taking stability. This becomes useless. This, useful, it gets more useful. This is always going to be crap. This becomes useless. The majority of these become useless if your country is fully religious. It's fully your religion. Sorry. Days Vault, amazing. Culture conversion cost, The only time I found culture conversion cost to be a good thing, something that I actively went and did, was when raising banners, because you raise banners in Manchu culture land. And so taking out China and culture converting the Ming Chinese state to Manchu culture, therefore raising more banners. It's the only time I found culture conversion to be useful. And now they've added may convert religions and territories. But humanist still wins. Humanist still wins, and by leaps and bounds does humanist still win. Which is a shame. Which is a shame. The meta of the game at the moment is you want a stable country. If you're not fighting rebels, then you can fight your enemies. Oh, and the states. Oh, Jesus Christ, the states. The state limit, the corruption on territories. It's a... This whole video is an unscripted rant, and I do apologise, but it's been 26 days. It's been 26 days, and I think that my viewing audience needs an explanation why I couldn't finish my Bogle campaign. I think they have every right to have an explanation, and it's because, one, I wasn't quick enough. I wasn't quick enough to get an entire Bogle, an entire EU4 campaign out before the next update. So I apologise for that. In my defence, I only had 26 days. I'm used to having a lot longer than that. But it really seems like Paradox have gone for damage limitation. They've gone for, there has been a giant backlash against Dharma concerning the religious, the change to religious conversion. We need to fix it as soon as possible. What tools do we have at our disposal to fix it without losing face? Well, we introduced a mission system in the Britain campaign. We can use that to flesh out missions for Poland and Lithuania, and we'll sneak into that a change to how you can convert territories. It's a way of covering their back, instead of just coming out and saying, sorry guys, that was a really shit idea, sorry, we'll get an update out and we'll flip it around. Instead of admitting it was a crap idea and altering it, they've hidden it in a, right, we're going to do, it was all part of the next update anyway, 26 days later. Again, I don't know what's going on in Paradox, and I love the game, I really do. I wouldn't have 3,500 hours in EU4 if I didn't love the game. I think that's why it's troubling to see. That's why it bothers me so much. The Paradox forum is awash with people. No. The Paradox forum is split between the ones that are a little bit sick of it, the ones that have seen update after update roll past, roll along, the quality of the content diminish, and the ones that will lap up anything that Paradox throw down. And it's a little bit sad because Paradox are getting away with it. They don't have anything, they don't have enough of a backlash. There should have been a giant backlash against Dharma, and there was, to an extent, but it was tempered by a large contingent of fanboys or girls who lapped it up, who said, "Oh yeah, the change to the religious system is absolutely fine. The change to the state and the corruption thing is absolutely fine. It doesn't affect their gameplay at all. The change to the ender tags doesn't affect their game at all. The change to X, Y, and Z doesn't affect their gameplay at all." It's sad. It's just sad. But I apologise for ranting. I also apologise for not getting up the next episode of my Boggles game, and we'll find something to do. We'll find something to do. We'll find a campaign to do. We could do a fucking Sam Fetech game, couldn't we? Cheers, Paradox. Really needed that. Really needed you to work on synthetics. How about, Paradox? If you do one thing for me, and I beg of you, please make it sometime soon. Fix my vassals asking for military access. Just one thing. Just one thing. Fix my vassals asking for military access when I'm at war. That's all I want. Couldn't give a fuck about the fault zone of control. I'll deal with it. Couldn't give a fuck about a plethora of other shit that I have to deal with. Just vassals asking for military access. Have it come up with a pop-up. Your vassal of, I don't know, Chagatai has asked for military access through Oriat. Do you want to accept this? No. And they can't ask again for another year. That would fix many of my problems. Many of my problems. I would be happy with that. It would temper the whole fuck up of fucking synthetics. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I've been Luckymarine. As always, you lot have been amazing. Apologies for the rambling nature of the video. It's just, I'm a little bit mad, and I needed to say something to someone, so I decided to do it just in a room on my own, essentially speaking to myself into the microphone. Anyway, till next time, do take care.